everybody, it's time for Ghost and Crendor!
Crendor In The Morning.
In the morning! Live. Before our recording studio audience. Recording! Wake your ass up! It's up next Crendor In The Morning! Hello, everybody! It is Monday, and we're back. We took way too long off. Don't have a heart attack as we're back with the show.
I remember someone sent me a message and they were like, remember March 18th where you were like, and we'll see you tomorrow?
Well, stuff happened. Actually, we can walk them through this.
Yes.
I think we actually did an episode, and then I might have lost the file and was like, screw it. You know what? I'm not even going to bother. And then I went to PAX, because that was the PAX weekend. Then we came back and we did an episode, which it still exists, but then I immediately had to go, like, that day to England. So if people are like, why hasn't there been an episode for 24 days? I haven't been home for 23 of those 24 days.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is the nicest possible way. Deal with it.
Wonderful. That's what I always say.
Just deal with it. We're back now. My throat's... What was that?
Just Chuck Testa.
I was going to start out by saying, before I say what I've been doing, since I did a lot, what have you been doing? I think I figured out.
I found an amazing soundboard app that has a bunch of sounds on it.
Yeah.
And then I got sent stuff in the P.O. box.
I saw you got Squishables, and I'm horrified and angered by that.
I got the biggest beanbag squishable warble. Someone spent $140 on this, and now I have it.
I hope it's a lady, and I hope she gets some from it.
I mean,
that's why men send women gifts on the internet. I figure the reverse is the same.
I'm gonna tell you right
women
now.
Women send men gifts.
That if you
get some.
If you send me something, you're in for a lot of disappointment.
You're still gonna get some. It's just gonna be very disappointing.
See, this warble, is ginormous. He's right here. I use him as a footrest.
A warble isn't a thing. You're like, you see, this warble, you have to describe. Basically, a warble looks like a stoned out of his mind monster creature. Yeah.
But I've been sent other Squishables as well. I got the Red Dragon, the Yeti, the Cthulhu, the Warble mini one.
You are a grown man with a house filled with, like, Beanie Babies.
It's not a house, it's a corner.
Oh, I'm sorry. With a corner filled with Beanie Babies.
They're not Beanie Babies,
you know what?
They're Squishables.
At first, whatever, same damn thing. At first, I was against this. Now, I want people to keep sending them to you till your house is filled with them. And my goal is for you to meet a nice young lady who's like, hey, I'm coming over to your house. And then when she gets there, is horrified. But she can't leave because the warble is blocking the exit.
It'd be a horror movie.
You can't leave Mr. Crendor's house.
The horrible warble.
The horrible
boo. Just don't boo that. It's like, it would be like Psycho.
Go on. You didn't tell me what's that movie about. What's that movie about, buddy?
It's like, there's just a stack of beanbag warbles blocking the door. It's like...
Did you spend money on that?
No, it was free. This is free. Can you believe it? Look at this. I can't even play this. Right
now we're being copyright infringed.
They can't do anything to us.
Saxophone guy's coming for us.
He just has like a sense, like a spider sense.
You're gonna be in bed, sleeping, and tonight all of a sudden you're gonna hear like, what? It's gonna keep getting closer. And you're gonna open your eyes and look around. It's not gonna be there, and you're like, oh, it must be a dream. You close your eyes, he's like right in front of your face. What? You're gonna open your eyes. That's the last thing you see before he takes your soul.
We're in like a grotesque mood today.
What is happening?
I don't
That's
know.
what happens when we're gone. See, no, I'm getting over a cold. As you can hear from my voice, I've been sick. I was perpetually sick the last, like, 30 days. So, after PAX East, I came back and was sick. Every time I go to a convention, I get immediately sick. So then, after going there, because I shake hands and, like, hug and make out with let's say, lots of ladies. Look, don't question it.
Okay.
And when I get back, I'm instantly sick. I don't know why making out with women makes me sick. I'm so allergic.
It's a great
And
quote. It makes me sick of making out.
I'm so sick of making out with the ladies. Every day I gotta open my mouth and tongue them. It's horrible. What is happening?
I don't know.
Alright, so anyway,
We're so out of sync.
I bet you're thrilled we're back.
Like, just imagine our normal Monday shows. This is like 5 times worse. That's pretty low.
It's like we came back from a really long weekend. A really long weekend.
It is.
Don't expect news today because it might not happen. So what happened then is I ended up coming back from the convention sick as a dog, and I had like 2 days. 2 days to get prepared to go to England. And in those 2 days, I got better. Flew out to England. Everything was good. Went around England, had a great time. Immediately get to the convention there, get sick. Without a doubt, like immediately. You enter a convention, you immediately get wafted with like diseases you've never heard of, and you instantly get them.
Especially in England.
And so I got sick. Oh, English diseases are the most cynical.
I know one is hepatitis
C?
C.
C? I think that's a thing,
I was
though.
going to
Probably-
say hepatitis C, and then I was like, oh, wait, it's an actual
That's
thing.
what I have now, ladies. Hepatitis C. But I had a blast. England was so much fun. I enjoyed every minute of it. I will say, though, some hilarious things happened. One, everywhere we went for tour stuff, there was never a tour guide. So I'd always end up taking over as the tour guide and just rambling the most random crap.
So your degree finally came to use.
It did. For example, Stonehenge, if you're not aware, I started the tour by saying that it was the very first McDonald's because those arches were originally golden, and that's where they ate. And then I ended the tour by letting them know that this is where they filmed the scene in Star Trek V where Kirk fights God. So that's a thing. We went to the Tower of London, and I made a video. It's on my YouTube channel of that. That was kind of fun. After all the sightseeing stuff was done, we ended up in Southampton. Everywhere we went, we're like, hey, our final stop's going to be Southampton. And everyone's like, why do you want to go there? And really, there's not much there.
Oh.
Except one thing. The Hobbit Pub. It's a pub that's just like a pub, but its theme is like the Lord of the Rings movies. It is the best. The best place on earth.
Is it shaped like a hobbit hole?
Not at all. It's just a house.
Damn.
It's just a house. But they do have a backyard that is huge, like massive. Like we thought it was a really tiny, small pub, but the back of it is this giant open air. Like the walls have like murals of Lord of the Rings characters. It's crazy looking. And then in the back, like the deep back, is a Jamaican like barbecue place. So you're in the middle. You're in the middle of England, in Southampton, in the middle of nowhere, at a Hobbit pub with a Hobbit theme, and there's just a Jamaican grill in the back.
Wait, so their backyard, you're saying it's like a giant open field.
Yes, pretty much.
And so it's like you gotta go through this giant field to get to the barbecue pit.
Yes.
That sounds like
And
it's an adventure.
And it's a Jamaican barbecue pit that it was closed when we were there. I was disappointed. So we had to go to this one place that served doner. I don't know what doner is, but I assume it is a reindeer.
It's true, it is a reindeer.
When
Is that who
you
they're
go
barbecuing?
No, it was a like a falafel place. It was a not Greek. There's definitely no Greeks there. I don't know what this restaurant was.
That's racist.
But it's what? There was no Greeks were present.
It
was not Greek.
I just
it was
picture
Middle
a
Eastern.
guy in a field, a Jamaican guy in a field, like a giant open field, and he's got like one little space
No, it's not-
with
it's
like a
not
little
that.
like barbecue, like those ones you
Okay,
find
it's
in the
that.
field, and he's barbecuing Donner the reindeer, and he's just like, "Come on, man, come eat the reindeer."
You're mixing the two things up. We
Oh.
went. First off, it wasn't a giant field like that, but it's in the back, and there's a Jamaican place, but it was closed because it's only open on weekends, and we were there on like a Wednesday. So we went to a place like down the road that was a Middle Eastern like kebab place, I guess, and they served Donner, and I'm trying to think what that would be called here. It's the stuff that's on, if you ever go to like a Greek or Middle Eastern restaurant, and the thing that's like on that spinning skewer, and they shave off pieces of it.
It's like what goes on a gyro.
Yes. Here they don't call that Donner. I don't know what they call it here.
Isn't that lamb?
But yeah, but they call it something else that sounds more appealing than naming it after one of the reindeer that Santa has. And so we ordered it, brought it back. The thing is the guy, I don't know if this is a normal British portion, but it was like the size of my keyboard. It was huge. And I'm sitting there trying to eat as fans are starting to meet us there, and I'm like, I can't finish this thing. It's not even going to happen. So I just like left it there. And I felt really bad because the entire night there was one table just taken up by this food that we could not finish. And we were like, whatever, they'll fix it. All night no one got to it because there were so many people there. It was insane. They have a drink special there that is called the Fellowship. Like, you have to complete it. It's a card, or it's actually like a sheet. And each drink is named after one of the members of the Fellowship. And so, like, you can get a Gandalf, which was like this blue drink that was kind of good. Or it might have been in Gimli. I don't remember what one of them was root beer. Was it an Elrond? I don't even know. But so, like, all the different drinks are mixed drinks. And if you complete all 11, you get a t-shirt and a card that says, you have completed the Fellowship. You are now eligible to purchase the Nazgul.
Oh, damn.
And only with this card can you get the Nazgul. I went through all 11 drinks in one night, got the Nazgul, drank the Nazgul, and never felt better about myself in my entire life.
This was like the peak of your existence.
I felt like I accomplished something. For once, I would assume besides having a child, this is the best thing I'm ever going to accomplish. There is nothing else for me to do in this life. It was wonderful. I did it in one night, too. And the best part was the night was really long, so I could stretch it out. It wasn't like I had 2 hours to pound these down. We were there for a while. And we were there so long that a band showed up. And the band was in, like, this special black light band room. Which, by the way, note to everyone, upon going into the blacklight band room, I realized my hoodie, which I've been hugging people in all night, had weird, like, stains on it. And I was like, oh, no. So apparently, fans got a little too excited, or I was very excited. One of the two.
Well,
but we went.
Are you sure it just wasn't the Nazgul?
It could have been the Nazgul stalking me. It's possible. It could have been all the drinks. I might have been spilling them all over myself all night. Like, that's how I got through it really quickly. Just dumping drinks on myself.
So I did it.
I did it, guys.
Wait, how did they know you drank all the drinks? Or drank the...
Well, they have to stamp them. They stamp each time you order one. So I guess technically you don't have to drink them. You can just buy them all.
Yeah.
But every time you order, they stamped it. And so we were in this special, like, club area, and they had a band, and I guess it was like a British ska band. I don't know what they were. I guess they were a reggae band. And I was kind of loving it. And at one point, I don't know what happened, but the band evolved into just random people coming up on the stage and singing. And this guy comes out of the crowd and starts singing the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air rap. And everyone in the band's like, okay, sure. And they start playing along with him. And I was like, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen. It was wonderful.
Some random drunk guy comes up and starts singing. They're just like, hey, we'll go with it.
Yeah, they were like, all right, sure. That was an amazing night. I had so much fun there. And then Dodger and I went to Nottingham with this guy, Nick, who was our driver, which was I've never had a driver before. It was wonderful. Nick had the best cosplays of anyone at this convention. Dude was male versions of all female characters. So, like, he went as Laura Croft. We called him Mancroft the entire time.
Mancroft.
He, like, had the outfit and everything. He went as, like, Man Harley Quinn. Like, I don't even know what you would call that. Manly Quinn.
Manly Quinn.
Manly Quinn, there you go. Works. And so, look, I'm not even going to lie. For the first time in my entire life, usually I don't ever say, like, oh, yeah, you know, I think I'm famous. For the first time, I felt famous. I went to GemuCon, and I might have, for the first time ever, it was amazing. I saw more shirts, and I never felt so good about myself in my entire life. right when I think I have achieved celebrity status, of course, I am knocked down a peg in front of all my friends. The following happened to me. So I think you know this more than most people. I have a weird, deep-seated desire to make everyone happy. Everyone happy. I feel like if I don't make them happy, I will hate myself for it. And so what happens is when I go to conventions or things, I can't say no. Like if someone's like, "Hey, well, can I hug you?" I'm like, "Sure." Like, "Hey, can I rub your butt?" I'm like, "Okay, sure." Right? When people come to talk to me, I'll listen to them, even though it's like 20 minutes later, and I'm like, I really shouldn't listen to you anymore.
Take note of
and
that,
you haven't
everyone.
said anything. I know. Please don't abuse me. So at one point, very late at night, on the final night, after I had been like high-fiving and being awesome, Jesse, this girl, she was attractive. I'm not even gonna lie. So I think that had part to do with it too. But I was ready to go to bed. I'm like, look, you're gorgeous and all, but I got a flight to catch in the morning. I got time for this shit. So she came up to me and was talking to me about stuff and like all sorts of like weird things. She was very drunk, but I was being very polite. Right? I was like, oh yeah, of course. My friend's like, dude, Jesse, come on, let's go. I'm like, no, hold on. I'm talking to her. Trying to be really nice, really considerate. I'll be up in a sec. And she, at the top of her lungs, like something out of Billy Madison, goes, I have an attractive boyfriend. I'm not going to bang you. And the look on my face, like everyone in the room started cracking up. And I was like,
I would have started laughing.
I was like, I did not ask for it. I did not want it. I don't know why you thought now would be an appropriate time to say that. Literally, the guy who runs GamaCon sitting next to me, dying of laughter. I'm like, I wanted none of this. That's what the room was like.
That's what it was like, right?
The room, and the best part is she's looking around, like wondering why people are laughing, right? And then she goes, "I blow you, because that's the kind of person I am, but it's not happening."
What?
And I'm like, what is going on right now? Everyone, like all my friends are just like running to the elevator, cracking up, and I'm like, I don't understand what you just did to me.
What?
Like, what? Is this a setup? What? It came out of it was just like that scene in Billy Madison where the girl's like, shh, be quiet. And he's like, no, I will not make out with you.
I love that.
I was like, what? What did I do? And so basically any like ego peg I was up was immediately knocked down. Exactly. Literally, I sat there in the most embarrassed state of my life. I listened to her continue to ramble on, even though I was embarrassed and tired, because I couldn't just say no to her. Like, look, shut up. If you're not going to bang me, I don't want to hear what you have to say. At that point, I should have been like, look, we're done. Any guy would have been like, oh, we're not? Okay, and left.
Probably listening
like,
to the podcast right now.
I'm like, go on, please. And then she finished what she had to say, and I was like, well, I got to go to bed. Thanks for talking to me. She's like, okay. And then she like passed out on a couch. I was like, that girl is...
I just picture you like being like, oh yeah, the Romans, they had a very intricate sewage system. It traveled actually through Rome, and she's just like, no, I won't bang you.
The best part is she made it very clear, I have an attractive boyfriend. I'm not going to bang you. I was like, what? It was amazing. It was... Yes, exactly what it was. And for another 5 minutes, humiliated, I sat there and just listened to her talk, and then was like, well, I got to go to bed now.
We'll see you later.
And all my friends just sat there like, dude, what are you doing? Why are you tolerating this? And I sat there, I was like, look, she's drunk. Drunk girls say stupid stuff sometimes. Drunk guys say stupid stuff. I'm okay with that.
That's the capping quote.
That's the quote. Then I went to bed and woke up the next day way too early and was like, I shouldn't have stayed up to talk to that girl.
And that's life lessons right there with Jesse Cox.
You're welcome. I had a blast. Like I said, I felt like a celebrity and then was immediately destroyed.
They had to make sure, it was just like karma floating in the air, just making sure that something bad had to happen to you.
Right? Look,
England people are crazy.
Yep. That was my time. Other than that, yeah, England is pretty much America, but just older. It's the exact same thing, except everyone talks a little older, and there was a little boy. We were on the train going. I don't remember which town, but it was a little boy talking to his mother about Legos, describing them like he was a 13th century scholar. He was like, "Mama, the Legos. If you place them in a certain order," kid's like 3. It was amazing.
Oh my god!
I was like, that I might want to have children now if that's what my kid will be like. Mama, when you place Legos in a certain order, they form ethereal patterns. I'm like, kid is at Hogwarts level.
Over here, there's like 14-year-old kids being like, "I want the Lego. I want it. Where's my Lego?
Where's my Lego at?"
It's like, get a job, Timmy. I don't need a job.
That's America. Suck it, Britain.
I'm gonna go eat French fries.
Mummy, why is that monster eating French fries?
Why is that monster eating chips, Mommy, and calling them fries related to our enemies?
Whoa, we learned something crazy there.
What?
Apparently, the British are so Americanized, they have French fries.
What?
When we went places that served fish and chips, they served us fish and French fries. Apparently, according to everyone else, chips are big and thick, not French fries. So you can't. So they have French fries, but I guess they just call them fries. But still, so we made an effort to find fish and chips one day, and it was fish and French fries, and the people were like, "No, no, no, chips are big and thick." So we went out another time, and I ordered chips, and they are totally different.
Whoa.
I know. I feel lied to. I thought all French fries were chips.
Are they like potato wedges?
But they're square.
Oh.
They're square, and they're a little crisp. They're super crispy on the outside, and like mashed potatoes on the inside, like fluffy. I don't even know how to describe it. It's insane.
Chips.
Like, chips are totally different than actual French fries. Yet everyone here says that French fry, like, it's confusing. Look, England's confusing.
England does sound very confusing.
Everything about it is their money is insane. They have 15 different sizes of coins. They have like 1 pence, 2 pence, 10, 5, 20. They have a 50. They have a 1 pound coin and a 2 pound coin.
I knew they had pounds. Are pence like their cents?
Like pennies, yeah. 20 cents, yeah. It's insane. And then the problem, like with our money, it's all size relative. Like the bigger the coin is, the more value it has. Yeah. Except for a dime, which makes no sense. Get on that, Congress.
Dimes are just stupid.
Dimes are dumb. But yeah, that's the only outlier. In England, it's all over the place. Like some are bigger than others. Like a 50-cent thing is like sometimes they're bigger, sometimes they're small. It's confusing. A one pound is one of the smallest ones they have. It's thick. It's thick and like goldish looking, but it's so confusing. And then a 2 pound looks like a toonie in Canada. That's how I knew that's what that was.
Yeah.
Loonies and toonies. I know my Canadians.
I know my Canadians because of cartoons.
I don't know what that means.
Looney Tunes. You get it? Because Looney Tunes is like cartoon, but then it's like the thing is that's their currency.
That is the dumbest thing I've heard in my entire life. But okay, yeah.
There should be a kid's book about dimes and how they're undersized, but they're still valued.
I would love that. I'm just a dime. Oh, I'm just a dime. And I'll get you to school on time.
What? What's that even? Like a dime's a bus driver. He's driving like a bunch of coins to school.
Yes, that's it. That's the story. He's like, pop down back there, you pennies. They're like, oh, Mr. Dime.
We're bigger than you, Mr. Dime. That doesn't mean you're worth more than me.
My favorite part is that's our voice for Abraham Lincoln. Oh, Mr. the time.
I forgot that there's president heads on them, and they're the things talking. I thought it was just like a coin with a face.
Nope. All of them are Abraham Lincolns, but they all have different voices. Like, oh, Mr. Dime, it's me, Abraham Lincoln. I'm just a dime. Oh, yes, I'm just a dime. And I'm gonna get you to school on time. And the kid's like, oh, Mr. Dime, don't be such a potty pooper. We're gonna go to the ice cream social. Not on my watch, kids. Oh, man. I'm just a dime. That's it. That's where that song came from, I think.
I feel like we've caught back our podcasting abilities.
Oh,
it took a while.
It took us some time today, but I think we got it back.
I was confused at points. Like, wait, what am I doing?
Speaking of confused at points, I saw the best documentary on the way back from England. It's called Room 237.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap, dude. It is a documentary about the making and hidden subliminal messages and like deep-seated meanings of the movie The Shining.
Oh, damn.
And why Stanley Kubrick changed it from the book so much. Because the movie's nothing like the book at all. Like, it barely relates. And so they're like, why did he put all these things in here? Why is there a maze? There was no maze in the book. Like, all these crazy things and visuals is literally the craziest thing you'll ever see.
Sounds like my kind of movie. Was this Room?
It is nuts. Everything about this movie is nuts. One guy thinks that The Shining is a movie about the killing of the Native American. It's like all hidden subliminal messages. The reason why he figured it out is one time he was watching the movie and he saw a can of beans or something in the background that had a Native American's picture on it, and he kept seeing it and he was like, oh my god, this movie's about killing Native Americans. I'm like, all right then.
What the hell?
One guy thinks the movie is about the Nazis.
Whoa.
One guy thinks the movie is about Stanley Kubrick trying to mess with people because he has like a 200 plus IQ, or did. And so he got bored with movies. Like, apparently the movie he made right before this one was really boring and stupid. And so, like, I guess he got tired of making movies and he wanted to just mess with people with this one. So he focused all of his energies to making it an impossible movie. Like, things happen in the movie that cannot happen. Like, he purposefully, like, examples throughout the movie, he will, in one shot, have a room full of stuff, in the next shot, take, like, things or rearrange them just to mess with you.
Wait.
Or the typewriter in the movie starts black but ends up white, or maybe vice versa. Like, he keeps changing things to mess with you. Like, that's what this guy's saying. One woman, like, does this huge bit about how all of it is about levels of insanity, like, hidden through it. And so when the boy rides through the place at the beginning on his bike, it's all, like, it's an all continuous shot, right? Mm-hmm. Where it's a continuous shot where he runs around the bottom floor of this hotel. And it just shows him riding. The second time he rides, it's a continuous shot, but if you use the same architecture, he goes from one point to an entirely opposite point with no edits, but it's he can't do that, right? And then they go to the third time they show him on the bike, and it's literally he, like, teleports. There's no possible, like, he's above a place that didn't exist before. It's the craziest.
Wait.
And everything in this thing is insane. And then the final one, this guy says, we're all doing it wrong, man. What if it was meant to be backwards? And so he and his buddies, like, watched it backwards, and it didn't make any sense. And so what they did is they played it backwards and forwards, superimposed over each other at the same time, with just the track of, like, the dialogue going forward.
Yeah.
And apparently the superimposing, like, meets up really well, like a creepy way. So this guy assumes that he meant it to be played forward and backwards at the same time on the same screen.
This sounds
It's
awesome.
Nuts. It is such a... Like, I was sitting there and Dodger was next to me on the plane ride. I was like, you are missing out. This is the best thing ever. She's watching, like, The Guardians or whatever that thing is with Santa Claus and tattoos. And I'm like, no, you are missing out. This is the best thing I've ever seen. I was on the edge of my seat.
So
it was crazy.
This is... The movie they're talking about is the one with what's his name? Jack Nicholson?
Jack Nicholson.
Yeah, and he's
Jack
like the
Nicholson
crazy
was
guy.
the golfer.
He's like, here's Johnny.
Right, The Shining.
Yeah.
It's been spoofed a million times. The Simpsons did a spoof on it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. The Simpsons one was like, all work and no play make Homer something.
Yeah.
And then she's like, go crazy. Like, don't mind if I do.
I remember that.
Right? That was that.
So
this one is like red rum, and he sees it spells murder backwards, like that kind of stuff.
No. Oh no, I want to watch this thing.
Like, if you haven't ever seen The Shining, go watch The Shining. You don't need to read the book. The book is totally different anyway, but go watch The Shining. It is a weird movie. Like, it's not necessarily scary, just strange.
Yeah.
And so the whole movie is based off of, like, it's a horror. Like, the book is a horror novel. And then Kubrick made this movie that isn't really that scary, and a lot of things have changed in it, and it's like, wait, what? Why is it like this? And so I guess these people are trying to figure out why this movie's nuts. It was so good. It's crazy. And crazy people are the most entertaining.
It's true. That's why I'm excited to watch this. Crazy people
Fact.
provide hype.
Here's what we'll do then. All right, here's what we're going to do. Mm-hmm. Watch this video. Mm-hmm. Tomorrow's episode, we'll talk about it.
Oh.
I want to know what you think.
All right.
You have an assignment. Watch this video.
All right.
Everyone watch this video.
Everyone.
Tomorrow we'll talk about it.
I'm excited
and
now.
we'll go from there. All right? Sound good?
I'm ready. I'm pumped. But
all right, guys,
definitely don't watch Scary Movie 5. That got a 5 out of 100.
I find that ironic.
I did.
It got 1 point for every number in it.
Yep.
Shut up.
Okay.
All right, that's it, guys. We're done. We'll be back tomorrow. Thank you for listening. And as always, to be continued.